Hey everyone, the random thing we're going to be learning how to do today is make an origami box. You can make medium-sized ones, you can make tiny ones. All you need is a sheet of printer paper and a little bit of time. And in about a minute and a half you can have a box, and in a well-wasted afternoon you can fill your cubicle or a coworker's cubicle with tiny little boxes. Yep. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, let's get started. First on the list, we're going to need a sheet of printer paper. We're a little far zoomed in here so that you can see the folds that I do later, but that means the whole sheet doesn't quite fit on the screen right now. Life's rough. Alright, the first thing that we need to be doing is working with a square. So we need to turn this sheet of printer paper into a square. The way we're going to do that is we're going to take one corner of the paper and fold it up until it touches the edge. And this corner should be cut exactly in half, okay? So we're going to fold it here, swipe it down, so now you have a diagonal crease over your entire piece of printer paper, okay? Now, we need this thing to be gone here, right? So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to turn it over and fold this back until we can see here. We want the crease to be right along this edge of the paper. So pull it back and crease right along the edge of the paper. Okay? Now, this is the part where you can use scissors to cut this little rectangle off, or you can use another method, which is to lick the crease, which is what I'm going to do. So open your square up and just lick this crease you made. Like that. Fold it back over and lick the other side. Now you've licked both sides of the crease, which has softened it up and made it ready for tearing. So you just start a tiny little tear at the top, place your hands on either side, and pull it apart. And it tears right off. Alright? So, pretty easy. You can get rid of this rectangle, or you can save it to make tiny, tiny boxes later. That's really hard to do, but it is doable. Alright, so now take your paper so that it folds in on itself like this, and then opposite the diagonal you first had, fold it. So fold corner to corner across this line and flatten it out. Okay, so now we've got a triangle here and the crease from where you folded it before there. Okay? Now we're going to open it back up, turn it upside down, and push the flat parts of this paper together. Okay? We're pushing the flat parts of the paper together, and then we're going to match two corners and another two corners. Okay? Two corners and two corners, so that we're going to have a triangle. Inside it looks kind of like this, in case you're wondering. It won't matter very soon because we are just going to make sure they're even and then smash them flat. Press it down, smash them flat. So now we've got a triangle. Okay? Next, if we pick up this corner, we see there's still one there. Just pick up one of the corners and fold it so that this point is touching the top of your triangle. Okay? Once it's touching the top of the triangle, fold it down along that line. Now we still have this here. We're going to fold it back later. Okay? And do that for both sides. Alright? Both sides folded. Now we're going to flip it over and do the exact same thing. Take this corner of your triangle and fold it up to the top. The point should be at the top. And push it down, fold it down. And over here, this corner up to the top and fold it down. Alright, now we've got a little diamond. The next thing you're going to do is take this side point here and you're going to fold it in. I'm going to turn this here. Fold the side point to this middle line. Right when the tip hits the middle line, that's when you fold it down. Right? So the side point tip hit the middle line. Okay? Then comes the trickiest part of this. Over here on your right should be a little extra flap, right? Take the point of this flap and fold it up to this middle corner. point of the flap up to the middle corner. So right now you have something that looks like this. And then take this whole new triangle that you've created and fold it towards the center, okay? So back what we did, we took the top, this corner point, folded it to the middle, folded it over, and now what we're going to do is we're going to tuck it inside this hole. If you pick this up, pick your middle flap up, open in there, you see a little hole gets made. We're going to just tuck that triangle in there. It fits right in. Now, it fit right in right there because I've made possibly thousands of these. If it doesn't fit right in, then just jam it. It will go in. Okay? So now we're going to turn it over and do the same thing. Top, or the bottom point goes to the middle. And then one of these sides has a flap, the other one doesn't, so you always know which one you're going to do. This side has a flap. We're going to take the point and move it to the middle. Then we're going to take the new triangle and fold it in on itself. This is just making a crease so that it's easier to shove the little triangle into the pocket. So a little triangle goes into the pocket. And now we have something that looks like this. Okay? Picking it up, it looks like this. Now we're going to turn it over and do the exact same thing for the other two sides. So, bottom triangle goes to the middle line. Bottom triangle to the middle line. And then find which end has a flap. This end has a flap, this end does not. So, this end goes, the point goes to the middle. Fold. Crease over here again. Pop this open, find its little koala patch, jam it in there, seal it down. Turn it over, point goes to the middle, find this little guy, move his point to the middle, fold over the triangle, make the crease, open this little guy's pouch, and pick up the paper because you get a better angle this way, and just jam it in the pouch. Okay? Now you should have something that looks like this. Or this. Okay? Now, what you're going to notice is that on one side you come to a point, and on the other side you have a hole. Okay, the next step is you blow into this hole with your mouth and it expands the thing. So, can I do this on camera? Let's see. Blow into the hole and it expands. And now you have a weird little shape. Now you can form this weird little shape with your fingers a little bit, with a little more blowing. Just kind of push the creases out until they're along the outer edge. And you can have your very own cube. So that's how you make one of these cubes. You can make cubes. This is the size a sheet of printer paper will get you. We're looking at about 2 1/4 inch. But you can use bigger sheets of paper to make bigger cubes, or tiny, tiny cubes. It all depends on the size of the square that you start off with. The size of the cube you end up with at the end. Cubes galore. Now, another fun thing about these cubes is, remember that hole that you blew into? You can actually look into them and see this side of the cube face. So, if you look in through this cube, you see what's on this wall, which means that back a long time ago, when we folded this sheet of paper, if on the inside, very important that it's on the inside, you had written something in this box, you could see it through this hole. So, I remember I used to pass notes that way. Write notes on that tiny little space, fold them into a cube, throw them across the room. It was funny. If you're using a sheet of printer paper, the box needs to be what is this? About 3¼ to 5¼ inches in. So about that far in. Make sure you don't write the note over here or over here, it won't show up, but that's fun and exciting. So now you have fun with cubes. I hope you've enjoyed this, that your cube turned out successful and not, smashed and sad and kind of mangled looking. To learn a new how-to every week, please subscribe to my channel. I post something new every week, whether it's how to make a cube, how to tie a tie, how to trim a rose bush, something new every week. So please subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.